can't stand for diversity and do something like this. You just can't. I'm sure Uniqlo is like, Hello. This was not the first video I really wanted to make coming back, but ironically, I wanted to do an H&M haul, but no. I wanted to talk about controversial fashion topics on my channel for a while now, and God works in mysterious ways because it is only the second week of 2018 and something is happening. I'm just going to talk about what actually happened and then my thoughts at the end. And I also want to say, first off, let's keep the comment section clean and tidy. No racist comments. Don't waste your time because they will be deleted. If you have any constructive criticism, you can leave it down below. Let's have a conversation with each other. Let's educate each other and uplift each other. Do not tear people down there, okay? I'm sure a lot of you must have seen this photo floating around the internet, and it was basically of a little black boy wearing a green hoodie that said, "The coolest monkey in the jungle." And there was a lot of backlash. Did I say backlash? Wow. A lot of backlash from black people, but a lot of backlash in general from a lot of the public, because there are just certain names you don't call certain races. Coincidentally, although this was like the main photo floating around on Instagram and being spread, a lot of people didn't realize there was actually other versions of the same sweatshirt in different colors and different sayings. There were 3 variations of the hoodie. The green one which read, "Coolest monkey in the jungle." There was an orange one that read, "Mangrove jungle survival expert," and it had a tiger on it. And I think there was a navy one with animal prints. I think that's a giraffe. I don't think that one has a slogan on it. H&M, I believe, immediately took down the sweater. The clock was ticking and they weren't really saying anything on Instagram or social media. They were commenting back to people spamming their Instagram photos. They were saying things along the lines of, we sincerely apologize for offending people with an image of a printed hooded top. The image has been removed from all online channels. We believe in diversity, yada yada yada." Time was ticking. There was no public apology as of yet. There are tons of people who partner with H&M for clothing collaborations. Justin Bieber, The Weeknd. I read up that 2 people cut ties from H&M since this happened. The Weeknd and G-Eazy. The Weeknd said on Twitter that he was shocked and embarrassed by the photo and he's deeply offended and will not be working with H&M anymore. G-Eazy said, "After seeing the disturbing image yesterday, my excitement over our global campaign quickly evaporated, and I've decided at this time our partnership needs to end. Whether an oblivious oversight or not, it's truly sad and disturbing that in 2018 something so racially and culturally insensitive could pass by the eyes of so many stylists, photographer, creative, and marketing teams and be deemed as acceptable." But a lot of people wanted to hear from the kid's parents, the little black boy who had modeled a woman by the name of Terry Mango on social media, and she identified herself as Kenyan, that's the boy's name, his mother, and she said, "I am the mom and this is one of the hundreds of outfits my son has modeled. Stop crying wolf all the time, unnecessary issue here, get over it. If I bought the jumper and put it on him and posted it on my pages, would that make me racist? I get people's opinions, but they are not mine." Hopefully this isn't fake news, but this is somebody who says that they're the mother. This all went down, I believe, on January the 8th, and then the next day on January the 9th, which was the Tuesday, they finally released a public apology, and I will leave the link to their public apology, which is on their site, and they also posted little snippets of it on their Instagram. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but some of the snippets that they posted on their Instagram. "We understand that many people are upset about the image of the children's hoodie. We who work at H&M can only agree. We're deeply sorry that the picture was taken and we regret the actual print. Yada yada yada. We've removed it from our channels. It's obvious that our routines haven't been followed properly. This is without any doubt. We'll thoroughly investigate what has happened to prevent this type of mistake from ever happening again. Our position is simple. We think it's wrong. We have a responsibility, and we're aware and attuned to all racial and cultural sensitivities, and we have not lived up to this responsibility. This incident is accidental in nature, but this doesn't mean that we don't take it extremely seriously or understand the upset and discomfort it has caused. If you want the entire essay of an apology, you can click the link below. Those were the receipts, and these are my thoughts. It isn't right. This is wrong, and there is definitely underlying racism that happened at that photo shoot. A lot of people kind of first look at the photo and think it's probably a coincidence and it's unintentional, as H&M says. If you work in the industry and you know what happens during photo shoots, you know that like basically 100% of it is all intentional. You choose certain people to model certain things based on height, weight. If the item is a plus size item, you would obviously get a plus size like, I could be wrong, maybe H&M's practice is different, but that is my knowledge of a fashion photo shoot. I think what proves the fact that this entire thing was intentional is the greater narrative that was at hand. The white model coincidentally was wearing the survival expert of the jungle hoodie. That's probably just a coincidence as well too. The black boy has to get the coolest monkey in the jungle hoodie. I think that tells a story that I don't need to explain to you guys. Just put the white boy in the monkey hoodie. That's all you had to do. That's really all you had to do. What was going through your mind? Why did you choose him? Why did you choose him to go in that sweatshirt? Tell me. Why? Green looks better on black people? I'm not being racist. Any race can wear a certain color, but in my eyes, orange looks gorgeous on a black kid. If I was a stylist, like straight up, even regardless of like what the hoodie says, like orange, I feel like complements like darker skin tones more. The green would have looked dope on the white boy. I think it's quite common sense to understand the racism that's at hand here, and I think we need to remember that a lot of the times when people get caught doing things, they like to cover it up and act like, oh, I didn't mean to. I had no idea. I was unaware. 99.9% sure that wasn't accidental. You're telling me that was a coincidence for a photo shoot? Honey, they want you to be asleep. They want you to think it was an accident. Even if they were unaware, okay, fine. If H&M is right and they said, you know what, this was accidental racism, it was unintentional racism, the problem with that is that there was not enough diversity on their team for nobody to even recognize that this hoodie was being put on a black boy. There are certain names that you do not call certain races, and like the fact that I would even have to explain this in a video is like baffling. But you don't call white people the C word, you know, like the biscuit. You don't do that. You don't call black people the M word. They like you just don't. And you're probably gonna be like, oh well, H&M's not calling him that. I can't think of the word. I'm gonna think of it later. I don't think subtle's the word, but it's basically a subtle way of saying like low key, like the little boy looks like a monkey. It could have came out of like, oh, we think monkeys are cute, and like let's put the black boy in like the coolest monkey in the jungle thing. It could have came from that aspect, but that aspect is still racist. Like it doesn't matter whether you think like the statement was harmful or not. Like that's just your ignorance playing at hand, and that's why like that team of people should have been diverse. There should have been at least one black person on that team to recognize that this was wrong. And even if there was a black person on that team and for some reason it went over their head, shame on you that you're unaware of your culture and what goes on with your people. Not a single person, the photographer, the stylist, the person who, the graphic designer putting it on, like was nobody black, and like not even that person has to be black, but just was nobody aware of like racial issues. Like that's why I'm like, things can't be a coincidence. I'm sure somebody wanted this to happen and thought nobody would notice. And even if they did notice, we would play it off as, unintentional racism. And who knows even the narrative behind that entire team too? Maybe somebody could have been scared to speak up because they could have lost their job, or you really don't know. So it's not really up to me to judge. It's the Almighty. He will make things better accordingly. I think it's great that H&M does stand for diversity in a lot of other ways. They have a lot of partnerships with a lot of Black people. I see Nicki Minaj do their holiday campaign, and that's great. They said in their apology they're here for diversity, but guess what? You can have a Black friend and still be racist. Like, does not cut it to say like we are still diverse at hand. We have Black models and we're partnered with Black people. That doesn't matter. You can still be low-key racist. To be honest, I don't know H&M CEO. I don't know their motives. What also sucks is you could be the CEO of H&M and you probably could have looked at that and realized that was wrong right off the bat. But your workers did that. And that's why one person can spoil the entire bunch. So if you own a brand and you have people who work for you, make sure you have good people who work for you, and make sure you have a diverse team, because that's why diversity exists. Like, diversity is not there to fill a quota. It's not there to just check the boxes for you. Okay, I got a Black person, I got an Asian person, my entire model line looks diverse, like everyone's gonna love me. It's not for that. There are greater reasons for diversity, and it's issues like this. So that's also another issue as well too. Like, when you have such a huge company, one person can ruin an entire image by like one little choice. So could I really say H&M as a whole is racist? No, I can't. It literally could have just been this team of people who thought that way. I feel like I'm going off topic. Whose mans? Yeah, I talked about whose mans already. Back to the partner thing. I really applaud The Weeknd and G-Eazy for doing that. I don't really want to commend them too much, because in my opinion, I think that should be an automatic thing to do. When you have a really big audience, it's obviously you face a lot of pressure, and it's obviously really hard sometimes to speak out, because you don't know what happens behind the scenes sometimes too. Well, I do commend them for doing that. I think it does take guts to even speak out on the matter, and I think that was a really good thing that they did. I know Nicki Minaj did like the holiday campaign and stuff. I'm not sure her thoughts on it as of yet. I don't know if she's responded. And there are also a lot of other people who partner with them or even get sponsored by them. Like, a lot of YouTubers get sponsored by them as well too. Realistically, to each their own. I would like to see even more people coming out saying they'd like to end their partnership. Justin Bieber. I think a lot of other artists need to stand up and show their audience that this is not right. To be honest, people follow the crowd. People want to see big celebrities standing up for what's right, and they want to follow along. Realistically, like, that's why there are leaders, right? So I would like to see more people who have partnered with them part ways, just to show that this is serious, and like, it's not just something that's casual and should just be like totally washed clean with a simple apology and done. I think it needs action, and I'm glad that The Weeknd and G-Eazy did that. My thoughts and response to the mother's message, if that really is the mother, is you need to become culturally aware yourself, ma'am, okay? She is right in the sense that the sweatshirt itself, saying it's the coolest, I'm the coolest monkey in the jungle, it's harmless in itself, because kids like animals. Like, it doesn't matter what animal it is, a monkey, a tiger, like, kids love animals. So if she really did buy the sweatshirt and bought it for her kid and posted it, she's not racist, but is the entire narrative at hand. It's not just the kid in the monkey sweatshirt. You can buy your Black child a monkey sweatshirt all you want. He may actually like monkeys. That's fine. That's not the issue here, ma'am. That's not why we're upset. There's a white boy in a sweater, a jungle sweater, that says he's the jungle expert, and then right next to him is a Black boy saying he's the monkey. You're telling me that's just a coincidence, ma'am. That's what people who do these acts want you to think. Oh, let's just put him in the sweater and people are just gonna think, you know, it's a child sweater and it's a monkey. Huh, even though we think he looks like a cute monkey, you know? Like, I'm not saying that's what happened, but you know, this is how they want you to think. They want you to think, guys, we're H&M. Look at all of our diverse stars that team up with us. We are far from racist. No. There are so many brands who like to fill a quota to have a diverse team just to look diverse and are low-key racist. Can't stand for diversity and do something like this. You just can't. What was really nice in the end of it all, photos photoshopped or recreated of putting the child in a sweatshirt that said he was a king and putting a crown on him, regardless of whatever the mom thinks. And when that kid grows older and sees everybody's opinion on the subject at hand, the fact that he couldn't really speak up for himself, but through it all people saw him as a king, I think that will really help him recognize that there are good people in the world and they can see your greatness. Will I be boycotting H&M? So I have a few thoughts on that. First of all, if they didn't apologize, 100% I would be boycotting them. I have a lot of stuff from H&M already, so it kind of sucks. I already bought it. The deed is done. To be honest, I'd probably wear them because I already bought them in the past before that incident had happened. I'm the type of person who forgives people who apologize and that actually take action on that apology. I was actually thinking of cutting back on shopping at H&M altogether because just the whole fast fashion ordeal, it's kind of something I don't really want to buy into anymore, but that's actually another story for another time. No longer speaking about H&M, no longer buying or wearing would probably come from if their response was really horrible and really disgusting, if they didn't apologize at all, apologize and messed up again. Probably still shop them, but I'm gonna fall back a bit. You are going to take a bit of a financial downturn for your foolishness. In terms of lessons learned, I really hope that H&M realizes it is 2018 and people are not sleeping anymore. People are not here for racism, whether it's overtly obvious or slightly unintentional. Like, any form of racism is not accepted. Their teams need to be diverse, not just the people they partner with. I'm not making an accusation. I don't know who worked on that photo shoot. Not only does your team need to be diverse, they need to brush up on their cultural knowledge. Like, you need to know what's going on in society. You really just need to follow like people on Instagram and follow people on Twitter. Just be aware of what goes on in the news, and like, somebody needs to put in best practices and just make sure that people who are representing their brand just know about the world and know about the issues. I hope that other brands learn from this as well too. I'm sure Uniqlo is like, now is the time, get in, grab all those people. Uniqlo, I'm telling you, this is your opportunity. Step up your game. I just hope a lot of other brands learn from this mistake and look at this as an example of how they should build their teams and just be aware of issues. They'll know not to mess up because Black Twitter will find you. Hey, we're all human and we all make mistakes. And I think as long as you own up to those mistakes and you try and make them better, it is not for me to judge. I forgive you. But do better. Do better. Love you, H&M. Love you, Public. We will get through this. If you've made it this far, hey. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest. Watch these other videos that you may have missed of me. I know it's been a while that I've been here, but I love you. Don't forget to subscribe, click my face,